Lee is a 6-year-old monk who has trained in martial arts at the Shaolin monastery all his life. At the start of the movie, he enters the training hall and tells the senior monks he's sorry for what he's about to do. He has to fight them to prove his skills. Suddenly, a monk attacks him from the side. Lee quickly dodges and gets thrown into a wall, but he bounces back and strikes with a series of flying kicks. He defeats the monk by trapping him in a bamboo basket. Next, a second monk with swords charges at him. Lee disarms him and wins the fight. Then comes the final opponent. This last monk is meditating but senses Lee's approach. He flicks a prayer bead at a mirror, blinding Lee. In a flash, Lee is slammed to the ground. Just before the final blow, Lee slides out and kicks the monk in the chest. After a fast-paced fight, Lee wins again. He bows to the shrine and leaves while the monks bow to him in respect. The head monk tells Lee he scored 88 out of 100, better than most kids his age. Lee is about to go to a new school in the city as an exchange student. He'll be living with a family led by a scientist who knows the head monk well. After saying goodbye, Lee heads off, excited for the new adventure. Meanwhile, we meet 15-year-old Feng, the leader of his school's taekwondo club. His little sister Shanshan is in 4th grade. She loves watching him fight and always cheers him on. Lan manages the school's taekwondo club. She watches Feng's matches and gives him tips on how to improve. She seems to have a crush on him but always denies it. Lan's younger brother Yu is always eating. He loves food more than anything. All 4 friends live in the same neighborhood and are very close. One afternoon, Lan is busy reviewing Feng's match from the day before while Yu snacks on chips like usual. Their father, Dr. Han, is a scientist. Ever since their mother passed away a few years ago, he's been buried in his work. He's secretly building a special device that a gang wants to get their hands on. Dr. Han calls his kids to check in and tells them he sent a gift box to their house. Lan gets irritated because he's hardly ever home. He promises to come back soon. What they don't know is that the gift box contains the very device the gang is after. While they're still on the video call, Lan gets distracted by Lee, a new guy visiting their house. She doesn't notice that her father is being kidnapped on the other side of the call. The gang's leader, Larry, demands Dr. Han hand over the device. But Dr. Han insists it's not a weapon. He's built an AI that lets his kids talk to a digital version of their late mother. Larry doesn't believe him and takes him hostage. After checking camera footage, Larry learns the device has already been delivered to Dr. Han's home. He sends 2 goofy henchmen, Sloppy and Fist, to get it. Excited about their first mission, Sloppy and Fist dress up in ridiculous outfits as a disguise. Sloppy wants to break in at night, but Fist suggests they wait until the kids leave for school in the morning. Meanwhile, Lee is settling into the neighborhood and getting used to the group. Lee sees Lan watching a taekwondo match on TV and is instantly drawn to it. Later that night, he tries to meditate while Yu is busy playing a loud video game. They keep annoying each other and realize it's not easy living together. But soon they end up playing the game together and actually start to bond. In her room, Lan opens a mysterious box from her father. Inside, she finds a cute panda keychain, not knowing it secretly holds a USB drive the gang is after. When she presses a button, the panda speaks and asks her to set a voice password. She says, "What password?" and unknowingly sets it as the password. Later, she discovers the panda is an AI that speaks in her mother's voice. The next morning, Lee gets ready for his first day of school. Yu and Lan go with him. 2 shady characters, Sloppy and Fist, watch from a car waiting for them to leave so they can sneak into the house. But when Sloppy sees Lan hanging the panda keychain on her bag, they change their plan. They'll steal it from her instead. On the way to school, the group bumps into Feng and his sister Shanshan. Lan introduces Feng to Lee. While they're talking, Sloppy grabs the panda from Lan's bag and walks off. Lee spots him, does an epic high jump and flips and stops him. Feng is impressed by Lee's skills, and together they beat Sloppy and get the panda back. But Sloppy tries again. This time, the kids trap him in a garbage bin and roll him down the road. At school, Lee meets his new classmates. They're surprised to see a child monk and ask if he can get married or if he knows kung fu. The teacher tells them to save their questions for gym class. Later in gym, the coach announces a big fitness test next month. Anyone who fails will have to repeat the year. He starts to panic, he's badly out of shape and can barely walk straight. The first challenge is a 100-meter race. Lee, who's highly trained, finishes 2 laps before his classmates can even complete one. Next are push-ups, Lee's specialty. He knocks out over 100 while the other kids can barely manage 2. To impress everyone, he does one-handed push-ups and even some upside down. The crowd cheers. Then comes the high jump. For Lee, it's way too easy. But Yu struggles and falls flat on his face. Meanwhile, in Dr. Han's lab, the gangster Larry has tied up Yu and is hitting him with golf balls. For fun, Dr. Han teaches Yu techniques while using him as a test subject. That night, 2 goofball gangsters, Sloppy and Fist, break into the house looking for a panda. Lee spots them and hides behind a stuffed animal to scare them. He messes with them a bit, but they catch on and fight back. When Lan comes downstairs, they grab the panda and run. Lee explains what happened, but nobody believes him. Later, Sloppy and Fist return to the lab with golf balls stuffed in their mouths. They stole the wrong thing. A panda-shaped humidifier instead of the real device. Larry, frustrated, needs the real one to sell to his clients in 3 days. To scare them into working faster, he uses them as golf tees. The next day after school, the group watches a fight between Feng and another student. Yu and Shanshan gossip about 2 strange-looking girls nearby, not realizing they're actually Sloppy and Fist in disguise. They're eyeing the panda hanging from Lan's bag, waiting for a chance to steal it. Just then Lee challenges Feng to a fight. Everyone rushes over to watch, giving the gangsters their chance. But their wig gets caught on the bag and they struggle to stay undercover. Meanwhile, Lee and Feng go head-to-head in an intense match. In the end, neither of them wants to land the final hit, so the fight ends in a draw. Just then, everyone turns around and sees Sloppy and Fist dressed up as schoolgirls. The kids attack the gangsters but the two escape, taking a girl and the panda with them. The students rush to the principal and call the police, who promise to help. Lee feels guilty, thinking it's all his fault because he challenged Feng, which distracted Lan. But his friends reassure him, it wasn't his fault. Larry finally gets his hands on the panda and finds a USB drive hidden inside. He plugs it into a computer but it needs a password. Larry asks Dr. Han, but he refuses to say anything. Programmers try to hack it for an entire day but they fail. Frustrated and losing his mind, Larry checks Dr. Han's phone and finds a message from Lan, inviting her dad to her birthday. Larry decides to use this to blackmail him. He replies as Dr. Han, pretending he'll come. The next evening, Lan celebrates her birthday with her friends at home. Meanwhile, Feng, Yu, Li and Shanshan are out buying her gifts. Lan gets a text saying her dad is outside. When she goes to check, she's kidnapped and thrown into a van. Li and the others see it happen and chase after the van on their bikes. They follow it to Dr. Han's lab and begin searching for her. Inside, Larry and his partner are panicking. They were supposed to close a deal but it's delayed. To speed things up, Larry threatens Lan with a knife and demands the password. Confused, she simply asks, "What password?" And just like that, the program opens. Outside, Sloppy and Fist are guarding the lab. Lee and Feng fight them and take them down quickly. But then Larry's tough guy Bradley shows up. He's strong and even together, Lee and Feng struggle to beat him. Back inside, just as Larry and his partner are about to seal the deal, Yu sneaks in and quietly frees his sister and father. Lee jumps in to help and takes on the gangsters. During the chaos, Larry grabs the suitcase with the pen drive and tries to escape. But Dr. Han, Yu and Lan catch him outside and beat him up. Meanwhile, Lee and Feng team up again to take down Bradley. It's a tough fight but they finally defeat him. Just in time, the police arrive and take control. In the final scene, the school principal rewards Lee and Yu for their courage. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon and leave a like to support the channel. Thanks for watching.